Um, I think that for starters, we should talk about Ascension. Why not? Because I
Okay.
can put that together, so I'm a little behind anyway.
Yeah. So, Ascension was a game that I ended up getting for myself for my birthday.
And you did your research.
A little bit.
Mhm.
I wasn't entirely sure about how good of a game it was. I got a lot of like knockoff of Dominion or Dominion Light type comments, and a lot
Right.
of better than Dominion and stuff like that. Anyways, it was in relation to Dominion because they're two of the top contenders for number one deck building game.
Ascension is on that list of
Yes, it would be
top deck building.
it would be Thunderstone, Dominion, and Ascension.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. I mean,
or
it's a good game, but
if not
damn.
top, but then most prominent at least.
Wow. Wow.
Um,
Well, I guess that's fair because I hadn't heard of Nightfall at all, but
yeah.
I hadn't heard of Ascension until you mentioned it.
Well, those are the three: Thunderstone, Dominion, and Ascension that I had heard the most of,
Yeah.
and that I had seen a lot of talk about around the gaming community and such. And I just gave it a shot because it sounded like it was something that I would enjoy. Because I'm a big fan of deck builders. If you haven't got that yet,
Clearly, your genre.
And it turned out really well. I'm very glad that I ended up getting it. At the time that I got it, it was only like $25 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, you can only get it for list price right now, which is like 40, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
It's a good game.
yeah,
I like it. I wish the art was better.
I think that I read somewhere that it was created by Magic the Gathering tournament champions,
Really?
which seems to make sense because a lot of the people who have played it with me have said, "Oh, this looks like Magic," and there have been people that have seen me play it just out and about that have said, "Oh, are you playing Magic?" And
Really? I've never looked at Magic. Like, I remember the whole to-do and everybody playing Magic the Gathering, but it never came into sort of like my world.
yeah. I've never played it very much. Like,
Mhm.
I've had a friend try to teach me a couple times, and I never got into it.
Yeah.
But that was so long ago that I couldn't be able to comment on any resemblance at this point.
Right.
But I've been told that it's very similar.
The newer, like the expansion artwork is a bit finer than the original artwork,
I would agree with that.
base
Yes.
game artwork, but still everything's very sort of like. Have you seen the books Aberrat?
I don't think I.
The guy James. No, Clive Barker. I'm just gonna say James Clavell, but that's Shogun. Clive Barker, the guy who did Hellraiser, he's done a lot of like horror movies and stuff. Wrote this series of young adult books, and he's still in the midst of it. And it's been years since the last one, and I'm like, oh, Clive Barker, just fucking do the thing. He did all these paintings for them too. And Clive Barker, ooh, a big ol' homo, and I approve. So I'm like, hold up. Did all these paintings, and they're really neat, but they're very sort of like of a particular style, and I enjoy them. So I was like, okay, I like them. But they're real rough around the edges, and they work for his paintings. The Ascension stuff is similarly rough around the edges, but since it's done with colored pencil, I mean, it looks colored pencil, There's little, like, lines. You can see, like, certain sketch lines and stuff. I would say it would be more endearing if I, saw a super slick version of it someday, and I'm like, no, I like my original because it's endearing. I think that would be where I fall with the artwork. But for right now, like, I wouldn't mind a super slick version because some of the stuff, is so, you know, conceptually, thematically, really sort of badass, you know? Like, the corrosive widow should be sort of a, like, really terrible monster, and sort of like a, you know, a real higgledy-piggledy illustration thereof, you know?
I agree with you. I'm a little iffy on the artwork myself, but not because it's not good. I mean, it matches the theme well. Like, it's war and it's dark and gritty and stuff like that. But it's just not. Some of the cards, not all of them, are just not really my style, and I think they could have been done better. How? I don't know. I'm not an artist, so I couldn't really say.
Fair, yeah.
But I think some of them could have done something different that would have pleased my eyes more.
Oh, I think that's very fair. But generally one to recommend, no?
Yes, I would definitely recommend Ascension. And if somebody might have reservations on it, I would recommend the app first, because the app's only $5 or something like that.
For Apple, right? It's only available on
it's only for the iPhone right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is an amazing app, and
I love it. We play it more than we play the actual game.
Yeah, but there's also a distance thing
that does make a difference. Yeah,
and it's also a lot easier to set up.
Way easier. Don't need to count anything. It also, you know, does the work for you, counting, you know,
all
what
the
you
work
do.
for you.
Yeah.
It's a very lazy edition of the game.
No kidding. But it's a good one for just getting to know the rhythm of the cards and practicing by yourself.
It really helps your game plan for when you go into a real game with people. And I like that you can play it online with anybody who has the app too.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
I agree. I like that. So this is where I go. So anything else to say about Ascension, Daniel?
I don't think so. It's pretty straightforward, and everything else I wanted to say about it I've pretty much touched on in the review.
Yeah.
So I think that's good.
I agree. Perfect.